Hi, creative people. Good evening. I hope you all are well. I'm here with another video. On this video, I'm going to talk about blend tool and mesh tool. Okay, mesh tool is a very dynamic gradient. We can apply multiple color and we can create a depth of field on a flat shape or design, and blend tool will create a kind of random and very abstract kind of design or patterns, and it will help us to play with so many text with multiple shapes like text and shape and any other design elements. And both the tools are very great to create a very good illustration in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so without a further ado, and let's jump into the Adobe Illustrator and see how we can explore this thing. Okay. Okay, here we are. Okay, so as I mentioned that on today's video, I'm going to talk about the mesh tools and the blend tool. Let's start with the mesh tools. Okay, so mesh is simply applying a color in a dynamic way. Okay, so if you want to apply a color in Adobe Illustrator, there are like some basic like fill color, and you can use a gradient. But this mesh tools is like a kind of gradient tools. Okay, and but it is more dynamic. It gives a simple flat shape to like a dynamic looks, and it create a depth of field on a particular object. Okay, so likewise, so simply let's see how we can create, okay, this kind of shape. So for example, I will take one ellipse tools. Okay, there is one I will apply one color. That's why I don't want to use that particular color. I want to use this one. Okay, uh, for this, let me do something. I will use some a little bit brighter color. Okay, so that we can see some a little bit changes and depth of field on the object. Okay, yeah, green might be good. Okay, so now how we can apply with the mesh tools. Okay, so mesh tools icon is this. See, you can see the small icon, and here you can see the mesh tools also. Okay, so for example, let's enable all the tools. Okay, and we can see this paint. Okay, this is one tool. Okay, gradient tools and the mesh tools. About the gradient tools, we already talked about how we can apply it. Okay, and this is mesh tools. Okay, and the set builder tools we already talked, and the live paint and live paint selection tool is remaining. But on today's video, I'm going to talk about the mesh tools. Okay, so see, mesh tools, I'm enabling the mesh tools. Now wherever I want to apply the color, I can click. Okay, simply, for example, let's say I want to apply this color here I want to apply this here, and let's suppose the light is coming from the left top. Okay, left top angle from there. So what I have to do is I have to make it a little bit brighter. Okay, so I can see the light is coming from there. Okay, so I can just simply switch here and I can show. Now here I want to make it a little bit darker, because obviously on the other side there will be a dark. Okay, so I can just select a little bit much more darker color. See, already we can see the some um, dynamic version of that our shape. Okay, so not only shape, if you want to create a very dynamic kind of background, okay, then obviously you can play with it and you can create it. It's just your creativity. No matter wherever you want to add any point, then just click and apply the color. Okay, any color you can apply, any kind of color. Let's say I will select some different color, any red, yes, color plane, let's say. So see, this is how I can like apply the color, and I can play with some this path, and I can create more dynamism on my shapes. Okay, so this is how. So for example, let's say let's talk about a real example. There is a banana and you want to create a vector banana. Using this one particular mesh tools, you can create a banana. Okay, you can replicate it. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to like create on this video because it would be very long, and it is that might be a little bit advanced. First, let's try to just understand and try to play with like lightning texture. Okay, try to understand the lightning, the way light react, and try to practice with the mesh tools and try to adopt some idea. So you can play with it. Okay, so this is how we can play, no matter just like your, for example, if I use any rectangle, then obviously here also I can play with the color. Okay, again I will select some bright color, at least I can see the changes, and I can select any different color if I want. Okay, this is how I can play. Okay, this is the way that I can play any way, just give a dynamic version of any particular shapes. Okay, with this mesh tools. Well, now let's talk about the blend tool. So in blend tool, as if you talk about the like on a toolbar, then there is one blend tool. It's a blend tools. Okay, so let's enable, and we can see where it is. Okay, where blend tool. Yeah, there it is. You can press W from keyboard and you can enable that. So let's press C. I can enable pressing V. I'm pressing V for the move tools or selections tools, and I can press W. Or on object menu, then there is a blend also. There are a few options like make, release, and like other option also, blend option. These are the two options that is mostly used, but I'm going to show you that particular tools. Okay, wherever you want to go, like if you want to follow with the object, obviously you can click and make. It's obvious, it's easy. And if you want to like just simple click. First, let's play with the text. Okay, let's start with something very simple and easy. So here I'm going to type any text. Okay, so hi. Okay, now what I do is I will use any bold font. Okay, I'll make it a little bigger, and I want to make it capitalize. Okay, yeah, so I have one text, and to use a blend, what we have to do is we have to outline, otherwise it won't work. So I'm creating an outline version of this text, and I am copying same text and making a little bit small. Okay, so let's use two different color to identify. I'm using this one. Okay, I need to bring it front, so I bring. So obviously from layer also we can bring it, and this is the dark. Okay, it's okay for me. So now let's blend two different shapes. So there is one particular specific way to select the item. So what I want to do is I want to blend these two things. So first I need to select the last or behind the object, and then I can simply click on the blend option, and I need to select that particular object, and then where I want to add, then I have to click the next option, then it will create one line. Okay, after that I need to like press double click, and then the pop-up menu will open, and I can simply like select option. So mostly if we select, then it will create some specific point. How many steps that I want, I can reduce and increase. For example, let's say if I want only 10 20, then you can see the 20 repetition. Okay, so if I like typed 30, then you can see the 30. If you want a smooth, then obviously it's like it won't react anything, only one a color will be created with those. Okay, so it will be helpful for to create a color palette, but those are a little bit advanced, we will learn about the later. But here let's type 80. Let's see. Yeah, it's smooth, right? So simply now it's finished. We can create, and if I want to move, so it will react as accordingly. Okay, So wherever you want to like move, it will react and you can change the direction. So now see, front is not looking that much very good. Okay, so I can copy the first and I can paste in front by pressing Ctrl F or Command F, and then I can apply outline color, and then I can see the first color also very good, and I can switch anywhere and it won't affect the first look. See, this is how I can create or I can play with the blend tool. Okay, now let's create this kind of flower, let's say the flower or shape, anything. Okay, so how we can create? Let's create one simple star first. Right click, let's say 30, radius 50, and point I will go with 30. Okay, yeah, so it's already applying a one gradient color, so you need to apply the gradient. Okay, so to see this kind of effect, otherwise it won't be able to like see the effect. So how you need to apply, or what will be the gradient effect? Then let me show you the gradient. Okay, Windows, and where is gradient? See, this is the color that I am applying. So its opacity is 20, or you can obviously bring it down to the 0 also. Okay, and here opacity is 100%, and there is one color, right? So this is how I can create. Now what I do is I will copy by pressing Command or Control C, and then I will press Command and Control F. See, I can I'm getting two different shapes, and I will resize it. See, I'm resizing. It is the small shape is in front, and I'm resizing it, making it small. And then I will click on blend tool, and I will select first tool, and then I will click on second tools. Okay, so it will give one step, and then I will press Alt and double click on particular areas. Okay, so I can again I can choose a specific option, and here I can point out the few number, because I want to see the some pattern. I don't want to create a very smooth. That's why let's test whether 50 will work. Yeah, okay, let's test. Now see, we create a blend. Okay, and there is one good shape is coming already. Okay, now we need to apply one extra effect here. Okay, so I'm selecting an effect, and there is a one distort and transfer. Obviously this effect is from the Photoshop. If you are familiar with Photoshop, then you will understand, but don't worry about that. Just let's say let's tweak or twist. I think twist. No, sorry, tweak, distort and transfer and tweak. See, and here you can play around with the horizontal or vertical. Okay, so absolute or relative. So okay, how you want to change your flower or design or any element that you want to like showcase. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger horizontal and vertical a little bit. So I can click OK. So now I will just copy and paste it. Okay, so that how I created these are the actually two different shapes. So this is one particular similar shape. Okay, first shape I will make it this a little bit small. Okay, smart. See, I can create. Okay, so now for this what I do is I don't want to restart my PC. Okay, it's updating, that's why it's asking. So I will just click and drag to the upward. Actually I can drag to the downward also. See, I can create any kind of shape, or here also anything. It look like a Christmas tree. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can create any kind of shape or design, and you can play around. Okay, well, this is it. And about the mesh tools and the blend tools, try to play around and try to make some other different shapes also, so that you can get the idea and you will be much more comfortable with these two different tools. Okay. Well, that's it. So I hope you get the ideas, and I believe that you will practice more, and then you will be quite comfortable on these two different tools. Okay, so as you know, this course is, or this video series of video is only for the very complete beginner and intermediate level of Adobe Illustrator. Okay, and if you are, even if you are expert, then obviously you can get some ideas or some hidden tips and some hidden setting about the Adobe Illustrator, obviously. But poorly, this video is for absolute beginner and intermediate level of Adobe Illustrator user. Well, that's it for today's video, and see you on the next video. Till then, stay healthy, be creative, logical, and be kind to everyone. Support and protect this earth, and love and respect toward every human being and every things that matters in nature. Bye bye. See you on the next video.